Hey guys, welcome to your one-stop cubing channel. I'm Computer Cubing, and my goal is to make videos to help you with all your cubing needs.
Alright, Frivolous corrections. We got quite a few. We got, a lot of feedback for last episode, more than usual.
Which is amazing. It's a great improvement. We should hand out, a free prize, a free e-cookie to, everybody who pointed one out.
You know what your prize is? Your prize is, getting your name mentioned on the podcast.
Oh yeah, so,
Because apparently our podcast is that valuable.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout-outs, that's it. They're like a commodity.
I mean, we're that popular that by tomorrow you will have as many subscribers as PewDiePie times 5 on each of your channels.
Yep. So
absolutely.
First person to whom we are giving a shout out is J Diru, who pointed out that it wasn't a 3-move triple cross. We're talking about what's his face? Martin Telesforo solves wasn't a 3-move triple X cross. It was, quote, 10 moves. This is one of my own. Martin Telesforo was Mexican and not Italian or Spanish or whatever the hell you said, Reese.
Damn. I made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. Frivolous corrections over. Now we go into actual follow-up. We set up a poll last time. The question being, Martin Telesforo was banned from WCA competitions for 3 years for faking a world record. Is that too harsh or not harsh enough?
It was pretty close.
We received 25 votes. Not really. I mean, 25 votes, 44% of you said that it was perfectly fine. That 3 years.
Which was me.
Yeah.
Me.
8 of you, 32% of you said it was not harsh enough, which was my position.
Which I'm guessing is Brad.
Yeah, that's me. And 6 of you, 24%, said that it's too harsh. What do you interpret from these results? Do you agree with the outcome?
I agree. I think it's punishment. So.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
I bet I bet Brad, when you're in the future and you have a CV, it's gonna have this one catchphrase in it, which is just gonna be Brad speed, no mercy.
Yeah. See, 3 years is not long enough, obviously, right? I don't know what you guys are thinking. It's obviously not, 5 years minimum. This is how, now we're just reiterating everything we said last episode. There's nothing you can do that's, more harsh. As in, there's nothing you can do that's a worse thing in speedcubing. Now we're reiterating everything we said, there are worse things you can do.
You could raid, the Mogu factories and then, send them out of business or something.
Okay.
That'd be pretty low.
Here's another challenge. Listeners, tell me something worse that you can do at a WCA competition that deserves more than 3 years of punishment.
Yeah.
Because 3 years is the maximum punishment of anything, is way too short, obviously. And my position is backed up by /u/Wootius on Reddit, who left a comment. I live in Israel. There has been a comp in 2010 and not again until 2014. So not only do I think Martin Telesforo's punishment is not too harsh, it's basically the equivalent of living here. Which is fair enough.
That's cool.
That's a good point.
3 years.
I was gonna say, but what if you do this? You walk into a competition and you just chuck a lighter onto a table and everything just blows up and you walk away like Pierce Brosnan.
That's breaking national law, isn't it? There's no WCA regulation that says don't blow up the tables, but
Yeah, I'm not saying you wouldn't be banned from WCA as well, though. I reckon that would probably be a permanent
you'd be in
ban,
prison, so you don't need to be banned from the WCA.
That would be an interesting news headline. Man kills 100 people at cubing competition.
You don't need to be banned from the WCA for manslaughter. Otherwise, every person who ever got arrested for a crime would also be it needed to be banned from WCA competitions, because what if they come to a WCA competition? It doesn't matter if they're cubers or not. They're still but no, we don't do that because of, we can just put them in jail. Again, jail and being banned from WCA competitions for 2 different things.
Alright.
And also relating to our discussion of cheating at WCA competitions, something from Niles Peter Christensen. He said, what about sabotaging someone else's solves?
People do that all the time. It's called talking when you're not supposed to, and it is goddamn annoying.
Or standing behind them when they're doing the solve.
Yeah, the amount of people who I see this so much in videos now. I remember, I think it was one of, like, Andrew Nathanson or Colourful Podcast on YouTube. Somebody literally screamed out in the middle of his inspection, "Good luck, Colourful Pockets," and his face, it was just broken heart. There was also Alex Mars. There was this kid, and, like, before the solve, Alex said, like, "I'm ready," and he's like, "Oh, you're filming, do you have a YouTube channel?" And he's like, "Yeah, just start the inspection." So he starts the inspection, and then, like, literally in the middle of the inspection, he goes, "So what's your channel name called?" And then just asks him literally every single question. Oh, it's painful to watch. Like, that stuff.
What you're saying there, yeah, you shouldn't do that. If you're listening, stop doing that. If you're someone who does that. But it's not, like, it's not sabotage, really. You'd struggle to call that deliberate sabotaging of someone else's solves. That's just kind of someone not knowing, like, proper social rules and what to do in certain situations, or, like, the intricacies of what to do in a WCA competition, that sort of stuff. That's not sabotage, really.
Yeah, but I feel like as well, there's kind of a fine line between sabotage and just, like, banter with my friends. Like, sometimes, I remember in, like, 2014, I was doing, like, an official 4x4 average, which was, like, ruined by Laurent Mozart, who doesn't keep anymore, but he was the best. He just, like, came up to me in the middle of the solve and just, like, shouted out to me, "My mum died the other day," in, like, this really weird voice.
Was he actually being serious?
No.
That's not even funny.
Anyway, that, like, screwed...
What?
That screwed up, like...
That's crazy.
No, but the way he said it was actually hilarious at the time. And, that screwed up my whole average, but I didn't really care, because it was just that funny.
Well, like, if it was in the middle of your soul, like, how could that not distract you?
There's no circumstances where that shouldn't distract you. If that doesn't distract you, you're a terrible person. That's kind of sabotage, but what's the punishment for that? Cause did Laurent receive any punishment for that?
No. I found it hilarious. I feel like if you do it only once, then the punishment is usually a warning from the WCA board. But if you do it multiple times purposely, then it's actually like a little ban. Like, I don't know, pretty much 6-month ban.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Okay, I guess that's all of our follow-up from last time. If you haven't heard last episode, you probably should, because it was really good. We discussed that stuff more in depth.
Yeah, definitely our best episode yet. Yeah.
Really? You think that's our best episode?
There was, like, Gansbook Pro, but we talked way too much about Star Wars in that one.
You can never talk too much about Star Wars. I think our best episode was Passes the Barrier of Adequacy, where...
I don't remember much from that one, to be honest.
No, that was
the one where, like...
That was the 5-timer
Bryce
episode.
left at the end.
That was Gansbook Pro.
The 5-timer episode was good, but, like, a bunch of people complained that you kept on talking
Who are these
about
people?
5-timer for, like, 40 minutes.
Are these people in real life who told you this?
Yeah.
Okay, because I haven't seen that much criticism that I talk too long. Because people love 50-minute in-depth timer reviews.
Who doesn't?
It's
absolutely.
Like, they all top the podcast charts.
If it ain't in-depth, it ain't anything, mate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see. Feedback of that episode.
If anything, though, Tristan heard that episode and he took all of our criticisms on board and is now improving 5-timer. So, as the result of that episode...
Dang.
I'll leave a link in the show notes of a tweet he put out of an upcoming version of 5-timer, where he fixed a lot of things that we criticized in the podcast, and also he sent us a PM saying that, on speed solving, saying that he was going to fix a lot of those things.
Awesome.
So that's the result of that podcast. We now have better timers. Even better timers.
Yeah, I mean, like, we are changing history here. We are on top of things.
See, I'm on the YouTube page for episode 8, and I don't see anyone complaining that it was too long. Thank you for the amazing podcast, guys. At any point in that sentence, did you hear the words, "that was too long"? No, you didn't, did you? Because it wasn't. It was the right amount.
I'm losing this battle, so let's just go talk about news and stuff. Anyway, so, because Mogu got bored for 3 seconds, they decided to release yet another sub-brand. Yay. So, now we have Moyu, Kong's design, Guo Guan, and okay, listen to me. Moquan Shosu. So it sounds more Japanese than Chinese. It sounds like something that I would be doing in the dojo, to be honest. And the sensei is just like, oh, do the Mohuan Chongsu.
It actually does sound Japanese.
This is a brand by the former 4x4 world record holder Haiksu Yang, or Jang, or however you want to pronounce it. My Asian dialect is bad. I can't remember when he got the world record, but it was obviously a long time ago because Felix has been getting them for like 6 years.
I'm gonna be honest, I've never heard of that guy.
Yeah, me neither.
He got the 4x4 world record average of 45.32 in 2009. So 7 years later, he's decided to make a Cuban company. Surely this has got to be good.
Yeah. What about being the 4x4 world record holder grants him the authority to design cubes?
I was going to say that, and it was 7 years ago that he got those world records. What? That's a long time.
How many people are faster than him now? Like, there's gotta be like 50, 100 people faster than him now.
His average is 84th in the world, so he's not doing bad.
Yeah, but 83 people.
Yeah, I know. Obviously. But he has been to a couple of competitions, including the Guangzhou 3x3 Days to 2016, which was obviously fairly recently. So I'm not discounting that he could be up to date with more modern cubes, but I do find it weird that somebody who had a world record 7 years ago is suddenly designing cubes. It's weird.
And it's also weird that they have yet another sub-brand. Like, you just made a sub-brand. You made it a sub-brand like 2 months ago.
Do they really need another sub-brand?
Yeah, of Guoguan, they've released one cube, and you decided to make another one.
It says here on the Facebook post, this brand, which will be suitable for professional cubers. Like, will their other brands not be suitable for professional cubers? Like, I don't know how different this is gonna be to what they have already.
To be fair, VCube and Rubik's. I mean, VCube, it kind of targets mainstream kind of cubers. They don't really go for, like, actual speed cubers. But nobody uses VCubes, so that's why.
Unless this guy can come up with something, I don't know if revolutionary is the right word for this, but say, for example, like...
Revolutionary is pretty much impossible now, because it's like, everybody got the Guoguan Wei Shao, which I didn't like, because it doesn't have a good feel, in my opinion. Apparently other people like it. And that cube basically reached the barrier. I mean, it could corner cut everywhere, it didn't lock up, it didn't corner twist, it didn't pop. So these days, it's really only up to feel. Feel is the only thing that's going to modify a cube. The Guoguan Wei Shao is going to fit. It doesn't matter if it's like 7 years in the future. I bet the Guoguan Wei Shao is still going to be a fine choice for any cuber who likes like a light turning style.
Why do people still give a crap about cubes?
Whoa.
Like, why are people buying all these cubes? Just get an Oolong V2. It's fine. Don't.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
But there's little to no difference in the design and effectiveness of it, like of all these different cubes. And even if there is a little bit, there's no way it's going to make you any faster.
Well, yeah, I guess.
See, it's there's just so many cubes. They're not the. Okay, I'm gonna go on a rant here. Cubing YouTube channels.
Oh boy, Brad, can you post this to your regular channel? Make sure to use as many analogies as you can, because I love those analogies.
Yes.
Right, cubing YouTube channels. We need to have a talk, right? Stop making reviews.
They're getting almost as bad as Minecraft Let's Play videos.
Yeah, it's like, okay, just because you have a video camera and an internet access doesn't mean you should make cube reviews. Please stop making cube reviews. There are too many cube reviews. If you're gonna do a review, at least make it something original. Like, if your review's just gonna look like JR Cuber's review, just with crap quality and terrible writing, then don't make it. What are you contributing to the world by making that? You're contributing nothing. What you're saying has been said 1,000 times over. Nobody wants to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You're just making me angry.
So in this cube, it has really nice bright mauve shades, which I really like, and they've held up very well. Now, onto the turning. The turning is very smooth and buttery and a little bit crispy. Yeah. And corner cutting is over 45 degrees, and reverse excels at 3/4 of a cubie.
What I would like to see is someone who made like an exaggerated version of that, and then that would actually get views. Just people would just
Brad, you need to do that,
get
man.
heaps of views and
Not my
just
style.
heaps of dislikes.
You need to make a rant on that, because that could honestly get you some more thousands of views, man. Gets you up there. Hashtag Brad Speed for president.
Make cubing great again.
Keeping ready.
Yes, that is the slogan. That is actually quite an appropriate slogan. But unfortunately, like, cubing reviews were never great, so there's no again. It's just make cube reviews great, or kill all cube reviews. That's the slogan.
But, like, I don't think it's a problem with the reviews being too many of them. I think it's a problem with there being too many cubes. I mean, if there weren't as many cubes coming out, then there would be less reviews, making each one slightly different to the other.
Oh, yeah, but it's not really my complaint, no. The complaint is that there's all these cube reviews that are the same, that are, like you just explained. Like, the reason you can do that, and the reason I'm sure there were people, like, listening to that and nodding along, is because they've seen their cube reviews so many times that it reaches the point of parody now, and that's the complaint, that there's so many of those stereotypical, low-effort, non-watchable, terrible cube reviews.
With orange lighting recorded with a camcorder from 2006.
Yep.
Once I watch a review of a cube from somebody, I'm not watching any more reviews. That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know, from that one review, whether or not I'm going to buy that cube. Chances are, I do not need to see 27 other reviews to know that the cube is light, crispy, and buttery.
Yeah, all you really need to know is you need to listen to the cube, have a look at the corner cutting, and I don't know, pretty much the shades. I don't know, that's all you need to know.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Chris Olsen, where he used to do that thing where he like turned the cube and let you listen to it in his old reviews? Whatever happened to that? That was the best.
That was great.
It's like you could actually tell what it felt like, but you can't because it's all light, crispy, and buttery and a croissant.
You see, if you're making cube reviews, you need to offer something that's like original, something that's not blends into that stereotype. Like, put a joke in there once in a while. God damn it! If they're not funny. They're so bland. Like, every cube review could be read by a robot and have the same personality.
Exactly.
It's really bad. It's like, and this is what I've tried to combat with my YouTube channel, trying to make a genre of video that hasn't been explored before, really, in terms of cubing.
That's why I like your YouTube channel, Brad. It's original.
It's not, though. Like, people are saying, oh, this is so original. It's not really original. This type of video, like, look at, like, Grade A Under A, CGP Grey. Like, there's this whole genre of video of people, like, having little words up on screen and then just making jokes about it. But I've just applied that to cubing. That's not anything original. It's just something that it's just not a review.
I think the most original YouTube channel ever created is How To Basic. The first YouTube channel I have ever seen which compiles so much slapping, so much smashing, and so many eggs. Like, how does he do it? It's mind-blowing.
He's the only YouTube channel ever who's brave enough to clean all that mess up.
Yeah, you gotta wonder, because he breaks so much stuff. And, like, does he have a whole new house
I've seen him,
each
like,
time he
smash his
records?
oven and stuff. It's hilarious.
Bryce did the most reviews when he maintained a YouTube channel. He did a bunch of those sort of videos. Even with
Bryce,
the
you
dubsteppy
suck.
intro, Bryce.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty hypocritical of me to be
It's not
criticizing.
hypocritical, though.
No, my channel
Yeah,
was
like,
never
fair
really
enough.
that good. But I did reach 100 subscribers the other day, which was my original goal, so...
The only video that Brad that I saw before Brad actually introduced you to me was the Moyu bloopers video.
Oh, that was hilarious. It was like, this cube has never popped on me. Boom. It was so funny
And it
because
was,
my friend was like standing next to me watching me do this review, and they're like, it was hilarious.
Yeah, but I saw that video before I saw the actual review. So anyway,
Yeah, it's probably more informative than the review anyway.
yeah.
Oh, I left a comment on this video a year ago. It's such a bad comment.
What?
Intro is 3 spooky, 5 me. How does you make an intro good as that?
Whoa.
Oh, the cringe.
Brad,
I'm
on
just
top of
reading
the
that.
on top of the memes, mate. On
Yeah.
top of them.
Your intro, Bryce. Your intro was one of the ones that inspired me to make that video. It's the wob wob dubstep unboxings reviews solves. Literally, it's the quintessential example, Bryce.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Probably
impressive.
It's the Minecraft channels which are the ones which have the worst intros though.
Just they have the worst content in general.
Yeah. Cuz everybody thinks they're doing something that they've never been done before.
It's so funny just how many of those Minecraft Let's Play videos there are. Like, a few weeks ago at school, it was, and in history, that we were trying to watch a documentary, so the teacher, she looked it up, scrolled down, like, no joke, the 10th video or something like that was a Minecraft Let's Play video. It was so funny.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I used to like that stuff, but like looking back at it now, it's actually disgraceful. I don't know how people just do that, because honestly, if I had Minecraft and like the same audio's equipment that they had, I could be literally like 20 million subscribers in a day or two. You know. My sense of humor is probably better than like 90% of the people who have a lot of subscribers in the Minecraft community. But why are we even talking about this? We're a cubing thing.
Yeah, but I think this kind of does relate though, like with those crappy reviews that people do. Like, people make Minecraft videos because they see Minecraft videos and they want to make Minecraft videos, and they also have the ability to record their screen and click the upload button. But it doesn't mean they're good. When everyone starts YouTube, everyone starts uploading just terrible videos.
Oh my god, do you want to see my first? My
Yeah.
first is amazing.
I think a fundamental assumption of people who first upload their videos is people want to watch this. They don't. Like, you go and look at everyone's first videos. They're terrible.
People absolutely do want to watch this.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. What did you...
Mine is a 4x4 average of 5,
Dude,
which was
that
over
camera-
1 minute, by the way.
That camera. That, dude. I don't know what you're recording with, but there's literally, like, red and green stripes across the screen.
I can't remember what my first Brad Speed video was. I think it was the Moyu Scube thing. Or it was the I think I can solve a Scube video. It was one of them.
Yeah, I had some pretty bad stinkers in my back catalogue.
3x3 average of 5, 33.93
Yeah,
seconds.
who wants to watch that?
Oh, and Brad, I hope this doesn't like scar you for life. But I remember talking to Jay at Nationals 2014, and he was like, "Don't you think it's ironic that Brad's speed isn't very fast?"
Yeah, I remember when I signed up for my first competition, Australian Nationals 2014, and I had a look at the competitors, and I saw you in there, Brad. I'm like, oh, Brad's speed, he better be fast.
Yeah, you get a lot of that.
Brad Speed, the new superhero.
A lot of people don't believe that's my actual last name. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people on YouTube who thinks it's a pseudonym or
really?
something. Because, like, especially for speed cubing,
Yeah.
it's such a fortunate last name.
Nationals 2014. What a funny comp. That comp was hilarious.
I saw Felix and I'm like, oh my goodness. I was like freaking out, and I got a photo with him.
Yeah, I remember my first competition, Shepparton Autumn 2014. I remember the first thing I said was, "So you guys know Felix is coming, right?" I feel so bad saying that now. Oh my god. I feel like this episode's just been so depressing because I've just been looking back at when I was a nub.
Have you guys listened to any of the old episodes of the Cubing Show lately?
No, I don't.
They're
listen
really
to
bad.
them. All I know is my voice is like really high.
Oh, you think yours
I mean,
is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Brad, your voice was like, "Hey, young Brad Speed."
Even on your Why You're Cubing intro socks video,
Yeah.
your voice is so much higher than it is now.
The worst part is, though, the first episode of the Cubing Show is apparently our second most popular episode on YouTube. So it's like, everyone's getting the worst episode. That's the episode everyone's listening to. Here's the thing, right? Whenever you're starting a new podcast, go to the latest episodes. Look at your About page on your YouTube channel, bros. Hey guys, welcome to the One Stop Cubing channel.
Oh my gosh, yes, I remember writing that. That is so cringe. Yeah, I just changed the description of my channel to Scrubs.
No,
So
no, I'm on this page right now, I'm screenshotting it, so this isn't deleted forever.
Hey guys, welcome to your one-stop cubing channel. I'm Computer Cubing, and my goal is to make videos to help you with all your cubing needs. I make unboxings, so you can see what a cube is like out of the box. Reviews, so you can see my overall opinions and recommendations on the cube, like everybody else's. I upload as frequently as possible to keep you entertained. You literally haven't uploaded in like 2 years.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is fun. I haven't uploaded
So
in
what?
like a year.
So what are you waiting for? I'm waiting for you to upload again, bro.
Oh jeez, this is
Happy
amazing.
cubing, smiley face. Anyways, let's go on to our next topic. The FMC mean by Linus Frez of 24.00 moves was DNF'd because of similarities to the actual scramble. So, let's just go through with our opinions on this decision first. By the way, there was 11 moves in the solution, which completely corresponded to the scramble.
Yeah, so there was a 21 move solve, and the first 11 moves of that 21 move solve were just inversions of the scramble. So we got the scramble, inverted it, and then wrote that down. And that was the basis of that solve being DNF'd, and thus the mean was DNF'd. So, yeah, thoughts, Reese?
Personally, I don't think he should have been DNF'd because, honestly, if you know what FMC is like, you can't really take part of the scramble and use that and then kind of make up the rest. It's really hard to do that because mainly, since the scramble's like 20 moves long, and this is obviously like the last 11 moves inverted or whatever, I feel like he would have been block building, and it's just a huge coincidence that happened because if you know anything about FMC, it's very hard to do what he did and cheat at it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like the DNF, if you don't have any proof that he actually cheated, and you think he might have been cheating, there's no real reason to actually take action towards it if you don't have any proof that he's been cheating. Like with all the FMC solves, there has to be some point where someone coincidentally inverts some of the moves in the scramble. Like, it's gonna eventually happen, and the person who does it can't be punished.
Yeah, and in this case, it was just unlucky because it was Linus, and obviously he would have gotten the world record, which really sucks. So, yeah, but personally, I don't think he was cheating. I mean, like, even though it's that many moves, 11 moves, it's still only like less than half of what the whole WCA scramble actually was. So I think it would be very difficult for him to cheat with doing that.
Alright, well, saying less than half, I mean, it's basically trying to minimize it, saying like, oh, it was only less than half, he didn't do the full thing. But like, every FMC, imagine if every FMC solve, instead of doing the full scramble, you did only 14 moves of the scramble. Like, that's what he did. He got the 25 move scramble, took away 11 moves of it, and then with only a 14 move scramble, did the remaining 10 moves. Does that show skill? Yes. Does that show the amount of skill required to get a world record? Probably not. That's why it was banned. Like, and also because it was the best solve on the mean. It was 21 moves.
Yeah, which was a little bit suspicious, yeah.
So, but also, this is part of the issue with the WCA regulations, which we ranted about at length last episode. Regulation E2E. The competitor's solution must not be directly derived from any part of the scrambling algorithm. Penalty, DNF, right? Well, that's not specific enough,
Yeah.
WCA. What's that regulation supposed to mean? Like, you can take that to mean any... Like, what if I do the first move... Is a move derived from the... Are you just gonna DNF everyone whose first move of their solve is R prime? Like, what if that's just the best move and it has nothing to do with the fact that was the first move?
Yeah.
Like, this is a terrible regulation. It doesn't mean anything. There's nothing specific here.
However, this has been clarified in the new WCA regulations update.
Oh, has it?
Also, I believe, while we're waiting for them to look at it, that another good piece of evidence that he wasn't cheating, I mean, he got his other 2 solves, and they were well below 30 moves, so...
Well, this isn't really a fix to the regulation. Because, okay, here's what the new regulation says. The competitor's solution must not be related to any part of the scrambling algorithm. That is, in place of, must not be directly derived. That's still not specific. It still has the same exact problem. Like... You need a specific number.
Exactly.
Put a number in there, and it'd be fine. But there's no number.
You cannot call that a fix to the regulation.
Yeah, you can't.
Oh, good.
Also, Brad, you were saying before that even though he did, like, the last 11 moves backwards, and then he was left with 14 moves to go, that doesn't really kind of work, because even though you do the last 11 moves backwards... There's no guarantee that will actually get you closer to a solved cube, optimally. So, you know, he might have gotten a little bit lucky, but
again, it does require. I'm not saying like this kid has no skill; he's just a cheater. Like, I mean,
yeah, I mean this guy's good. Like his other solves were a 25 and a 26. That's a world class level.
Yeah, but like it's less skill. Then, like, if he just got a 21 move solve and wasn't directly derived of the original scramble, whatever that means, then it shows more skill, but it's not as much skill as a 21 move solve would normally be.
That is true. Yeah, that is slightly true. I'd agree with that. Anyway, Bryce, what do you think? You haven't talked much at all.
I reckon the new regulation does not fix anything at all.
Yeah, yeah.
There's another regulation. It's E2A1, and it's like the WCA delegate may ask the competitor to explain the purpose of each move in their solution, irrespective of the scrambling algorithm. If the competitor cannot give a valid explanation, the attempt is disqualified, DNF.
Yeah, valid explanation is essentially at the discretion of the delegate. In fact, pretty much all of this is at the discretion of the delegate, to be honest. You should be at any time be able to take your cube up to the delegate and tell them exactly what you were thinking in your solution and why you did it.
Can't you just bullcrap an answer?
And the techniques you used.
Yeah, that, and also, I don't know about you guys, but there's no way I could go up to someone and explain what I'm doing without losing track of what I'm doing and getting distracted. Like, because when
you're bad at FMC.
Well, like,
yeah, I mean, I had a 36 solution for FMC a while ago, and I could easily explain to you everything in that solve. What I did is I started on the inverse scramble. Essentially, what the inverse scramble means is if you do the inverse of a scramble on a solved cube, and then find a solution for that scramble, then invert that solution, it will solve the regular scramble. So what happens is, if you don't like the regular scramble, you can go to the inverse scramble, and then if the inverse scramble's better, you can do a solution for that, then invert that, and it becomes the solution for the regular scramble. Anyway, so I started on the inverse, and I block builded my way into an F12 -1, and then I essentially set up for a 3 cycle and used insertions, which was pretty straightforward. And I could explain to you every single move in that. I mean, there were some moves which I couldn't really tell you what I was doing, but those were what we call inserted moves. Essentially, if we don't like the results of something later, you add a move somewhere which doesn't affect any of the pieces, and that gives you a different result in the end. FMC techniques are hard, so yeah, it is a little bit difficult to explain, but once you get like better, it is possible to easily explain what you're doing, especially if your delegate knows anything about FMC.
But now we're just ranting about WCA regulations again. This is just like, fix this regulation. Okay, that moves on nicely to our next topic. WCA regulations, some of them have been fixed. Fixed in air quotes. Basically, there are new WCA regulations. A few things have been added, taken away, and wording's been changed. Let's go through these. We're probably going to cut some of them out. We're not going to go through every one of them, but just the ones that we find interesting. So, the penalty for putting the puzzle outside of the mat after the inspection phase and before starting the timer was defined as +2.
I had never, ever heard of that or know why that is a thing, but...
Why does that have to be a penalty?
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason why you should place it outside the mat, but there's no reason why you shouldn't. It's like, oh, I finished my cube, got to put it over to the right here outside the mat and stop the timer.
Yeah, but the mat is huge, so, like...
You put the cube outside the mat, you're cheating, get out of here.
Yeah, I don't really understand that. Maybe somebody has a better explanation for that, but I don't think any of us really understand why that's a thing.
I'm sure there was something that happened at some competition where, like, somebody chucked the cube across the room before they started their solve. Clock pins must not be identifiable from any other pin on the same side, and the solve state of the clock is not affected by pin caps missing after the solve. I don't know anything about clock. Those words mean nothing to me.
Same.
I do know a little bit about clock, and I find this is weird because I don't know how this is even possible to identify the pin from any other pin. It really does not make sense to me, and I have no idea how it's possible. Anyway, and clock is not affected by pin caps missing after the solve, which is really good because my Linghouse, the caps on the pins, they come off a fair bit, like not too often, but it's kind of like when you get a pop on a cube. Obviously it doesn't happen often, but it happens sometimes, and it's annoying. So that's good. I believe that regulation is completely justified.
It was clarified that every part of the body may be used during the solves.
Yeah, this one's a weird one. Because yeah, I don't really see anybody else like doing feet on a regular 3x3 scramble. Like that just doesn't make sense to me.
That'd be
But
pretty
I don't
funny.
know. That's alright, I guess.
You know, there was that regulation introduced, I think last time the WCA regulations were updated, which is like you can't intentionally do a bad solve. Can I just do like a one-handed solve in 3x3?
Oh yeah. By the way, that regulation actually might have been because of me, but I'm not gonna.
What's the
comment on
story? Tell us the
It-
story.
Okay. It was Nationals 2014, and essentially I didn't know anything about FMC. It was like my first FMC attempt ever or something like that. And basically I just did a regular C-FOP solve, and it was really bad. And I got it done in like 15 minutes, because I didn't know you had an hour. Anyway, I gave it to the delegate, and it was like a DNF, and I think that's why they didn't think I was like trying or something, I don't know. So, anyway, that's what the incident says. So, yeah.
There was an incident.
Yeah, that was an incident at Australian Nationals 2014, reported by Dean. So, sorry, Dean. I'm truly sorry. When I found that, I just felt so guilty. Okay, so the next one is...
The minimum size of a mat was defined as 30 centimeters left to right by 25 centimeters front to back. Okay, well I guess that would help with placing it on the mat.
All types of stickers are allowed in first moves. The word colored was removed. If any of you guys are wondering why you would even want stickers in FMC, essentially, when the last step in most people's FMC solves is you're gonna have probably three to five corners left or edges left or whatever, and you put stickers on top of that and number the places they cycle to, and then you go back through your solve and try and cycle those pieces while cancelling moves and using commutators and stuff.
Okay, hang on. On this regulation, all types of stickers are allowed. The word coloured was removed. How can you have a sticker that isn't coloured? Like, is it an ultraviolet sticker? All objects must have colour.
Yeah, well,
Well, I guess it makes it more clear.
it has been clarified that the number of competitors may be limited per competition and not only per event. Which
Oh.
is
Was that not a regulation before? Because that's like all the competitions I've been to.
yeah.
Yeah,
Same. Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Did you find that thing, by the way?
No, the incident report. No.
Oh wait! Oh my god! I found the page. Here's what he said. While mocking FMC sheets for Australian nationals, I went through a lot of sols which were just plain CFOP. And that wasn't me at all. No obvious attempt to actually find a solution with the fewest moves were made. Oh, come on, man. I was doing color neutrality, which I don't usually do. In fact,
Good enough.
In fact, one solution was well over 60 moves, well over the average CFOP solve. That was most likely me, and honestly, I'm pretty sure anybody who does regular CFOP, and like not trying to go for too much efficient, like if you average probably 15 to 20 seconds, you're using over 60 moves. You can read more about this later, but anyway. Long story short, they changed the regulations because of me. Because I'm silly.
Here's the deal. This is to listeners. Listeners, are you listening?
Haha.
Listeners, are you listening? It's kind of like self-explanatory. Anyway, listeners, if you have any topics that you would like us to talk about, please tell us. We have an email. If you'd like to email your topics and your thoughts on those topics or what you would want us to explore, thecubingshow@gmail.com. You can also go to cubing.show, our website, and click on the feedback button. That'll send you right to our email address.
Yes, it would.
So, send your topic suggestions.
And your frivolous corrections as well, please.